If you're a speaker, you're a presenter, a facilitator of any kind, and you're in front of your audience, you can't hide. You can't hide if you are unprepared. Now, who wouldn't be prepared? Who wouldn't be prepared anytime they have to do a workshop, run a meeting, facilitate a session? Well, and you know what? It happens where we are not prepared, and we've all done it. The goal is to be prepared. But sometimes when we're not prepared, we think nobody will notice. The audience won't be able to tell that we're not prepared, and so we march on bravely. And you know what? The audience can tell. And there are many indicators that the audience can tell that we're not fully prepared. But here are five key ones. Number one, there's no clear or obvious outcome that the speaker has in mind, no clear vision of what the speaker wants to accomplish. And if you don't have, as a speaker, a clear vision, your audience won't either. Your audience needs to know what you, as a speaker, are giving them, why you're giving it to them, and how they can put that into practice to benefit them. Number two, fumbling too long, too much with the equipment. And this happens again when you're not set up, don't have everything prepared in advance so that you're ready to roll the moment you step up in front of the people that you're speaking to. But it's when you're ready to start and you're still fumbling and sucking up time that should be given to your presentation that you're farting around with the equipment. Shows you're unprepared. Number three, reading excessively from slides or notes. All of us need every once in a while to glance at a slide to keep ourselves on track, know where we are, or check our notes to make sure that we're on track and know what we're talking, organized in what we're talking about. But to just turn and read line for line for line, which already indicates that you're unprepared because you have too much information on the slide, but just reading it when the people who are looking at the slide, your audience, can read it silently so much faster. Number four, what shows that you're unprepared as a speaker is when you get interruptions. When there's an interruption in the flow of your delivery, somebody tosses out a comment, somebody says something, somebody pops out a question, and whew, it kind of throws you off track because you haven't prepared enough to be able to handle a full interruption in the flow of your presentation. And number five, the last one, and again, it comes one with people tossing out questions. Being able to answer questions easily, clearly, concisely when they are thrown to you as the speaker, as a presenter, that is a key of truly being prepared because you have had an idea of what questions you'll be asked and you're able to respond clearly, concisely, and quickly to the person who asked them. Why? Why would anyone not prepare? And as a speaker, as a facilitator, anybody who's ever, done any of that, myself included, and people who are watching, we've all done it. And why is it that we've done it? Well, there are a number of reasons, but I think the three main ones are the first one is sometimes when we're new at this, we're afraid. So we procrastinate, we put it off, put it off, put it off. And then suddenly we find, woohoo, the day is here, the time is here, the moment is here, and you have to do it and you're not prepared. That's not a good show. It'd be very difficult for you and the audience when you're totally unprepared. Another reason that we don't prepare often is simply because we know it. We know all the information. We have a handle on it. We've been doing it for donkey's years. We've got it all under our belt. Well, that's all fine and good, knowing all the information. The challenge is not in the knowing, but in structuring the information to meet the needs of the people that you're speaking to. So structuring it in such a way that they walk out with value. So that is the biggest one, probably, where we know we've done it so many times, but every audience is different. Questions will be different. Their slant of what they need to walk away with is different. So the other big one, on top of knowing everything, on top of being afraid to, so neither of those we prepare fully. The other one is I don't have the time, don't have the time. when we should make the time, especially when we know all the information. It won't take long to structure, to organize, to meet the needs of that audience that we know we have to deliver, we have to speak to. Those are the reasons sometimes why we do not prepare, but we need to. And being overly confident with our information, being wrapped up in our fears, in our apprehensions, so we procrastinate, or just saying I don't have the time. All three of those basically means that we're focused on ourselves. We're focused on ourselves instead of taking our attention and not wrapping it around ourselves, but focusing and wrapping it around our audience. And here's the big kicker. And sometimes we all tend to forget it, but this is a big, big kicker. And it's one that we often forget that as speakers, as presenters, as facilitators, anytime we're in front of an audience, we only have one chance to get it right. One chance to get it right at this time with this audience on this topic. We can't finish it and say, "Oh, sorry, I made a few gaffes here. Would you mind staying another 20 minutes and I'll just redo this?" It doesn't happen. Might when you read a book, but not when you're giving a live presentation. And that's the big kicker. As a speaker, you only have one chance at one time to one audience on that topic. Be prepared. Until next time, this is Dorothea Hendriks wishing you mountains of success.